Well, I thought I'd take a break from swimming outside to come out here to do this. I've been thinking about how I was going to forward this to whoever watches this. The conclusion, um, what's happening in America, and how Islam is progressing, and how they'll eventually capture this country, take it. Um, America's lost, people. Uh, the transgressions of Islam follow suit according to their manual, or their conquest, their stages of conquest. When they when they amass in another country, and take over, essentially, like you're seeing in Europe. But what's going to happen here in America? You see our history being erased. They're still doing it. You just don't know it. Um, the target, going forward with the NFL, the kneeling incident. Now we got the soccer, the transgendered soccer um, captain for the USA team. Yeah, she was a he, and now she is playing for the women's soccer team, but which I don't think she should be allowed to do. I don't think transgendered males shouldn't be allowed to compete with the females athletes. But her kneeling was ridiculous. But I know, what does that have to do with Muslims, but or Islam? Well, it has everything to do with Islam. It started with Colin Kaepernick, who was rubbing shoulders with the Muslim Brotherhood, with Linda Sauer, and it's still going on. Islam's progressing with their political jihad, and it's factual. You can look it up. Yeah, they didn't kill too many people in the United States, but they killed a lot of people throughout the world. I think the total deaths from a Muslim or a terrorist in the United States was 134 up to date, I think. That's not including 9/11. But we go further with the political jihad. You can see it happening. What's really interesting is the left leaning towards, or the left is leaning towards socialism. Socialism and Islam. Socialism and Sharia law don't mix. So it's really interesting, because do they have the left fooled, like everything's going to be okay? Because they're riding together, Islam and the left, the political sphere. They're riding together. They have the New World Order, about it. I'm not going to harp on that. But what's going to happen to the socialist when Islam is the majority in this country? And once they are, that's when you're going to see the white Christian slaughtered. They're going to be slaughtered. With that, you have to ask yourself, well, what about the black population, the black Christians? Are they going to ride with the Muslims? No, the black community, they're starting to see things for what they are. They awoke, and it's nice to see. The black Christians are going to ride with the white Christians, but with the fertility rate, the white population will never, when I say white, I mean of European descent. Um, I'm not a European descent completely. I'm a mutt. But so what's going to happen to the blacks? It's already happening. Uh, the fertility rate for whites will never rebound. Will eventually become extinct. The white European in this country and throughout the world will become extinct. The black population, it's crazy because of just the pigmentation, but they're going to become extinct soon too. They were at one time the leading child bearer race in this country, and the Muslims knew it. So going back to Linda Sarsour, co-chair for women's movement here in the United States, which is a real joke. She supports Planned Parenthood. You tell me about Planned Parenthood and Muslims. If she would do this shit over in Islam, trying to get Islamic women to get abortions, she'd be stoned. She'd be crucified, beheaded, everything. Because Muslims don't believe in abortions. She don't either. But Islam knows that the blacks were our leading childbearing race here in the United States. So they're trying to dwindle that population and recruit that population from the prisons. And that's what they're doing. I think last year, in 2018, there was like 754,000 black children murdered through abortion. In all the Democratic states, you'll see it. You'll see Planned Parenthood facilities. That you'll see them in poverty-stricken communities, making it real cheap for the black population to go there and get abortion. That's after they took the black male out of the family. Now we're going to re-step this. They took the black male out of the family when it was with the war on drugs, Bill Clinton. And take it one step further back from that, Spooky 8. If you ever read the book or ever heard of them, they were a black ops group that went into Vietnam. They flew into Vietnam while the Vietnam War was still going on, and they would bring shipments of heroin back in to the United States. Spooky 8, they had, I think, 8 or 12 members in that team working for the government. They didn't realize the cargo that they were bringing in until one day the leader busted open purposely a crated box, and seeing that it was heroin. He left recordings of what was happening and distributed around the country with trusted people. So if anything happened to the team, they would expose the government. So through the Democrats, we were bringing drugs in, heroin into this country, and he followed them where these drugs were being distributed, and they were in the black community. So from there, we went to the war on drugs with Bill Clinton, so they could take the black man out of the family unit. With that, you see it had horrific effects on the behaviors of the young. You know, you have to have a man in the family unit so the child will have a balanced upbringing, and you get less deviant behavior that way. So they started arresting the black man and putting them in the prisons. So that left the woman with raising the baby by themselves, and naturally it didn't go too well. But they were still producing a lot of children. Hence the reason for Planned Parenthood. Drugs killed a lot. It was like genocide on the black race. Again, and through Planned Parenthood, they're achieving their goals. Black folk need to wake up to this, research it. You know, I'm just a messenger, you know what I mean? I've been researching the Islamic movement for over 12 years, the Obama administration, the Muslim Brotherhood, so on and so forth. So they're reducing the Christian population in the black community. Christians don't get abortions. They don't believe in abortions, but not every black is a Christian. I live in a black community my whole life, and I did a lot of outreach for my community. So I understand the burdens and the barriers that are preventing the black race from progressing. They're complacent, they're stigmatized and held down from achieving through our Democrat tyrannical government. So with the reduction of the black population and the white population never being able to rebound, what's left? We'll have skirmishes, I'm sure. It's projected that by 2060, Minnesota is going to be 95% Somalian, Sunni. They're not the nice Muslims. Those are the ones that like to behead people. It's going to happen a lot sooner than that. Look at Dearborn. Dearborn is pretty much they're pretty much all Muslim down there too. And yes, I've been to I've been to Dearborn a few times. I know what's down there. What could save this country? The only thing that might save this country, but it's gonna make us get into a rebellion or a civil war much quicker, would be to push our local governments into pushing into law that Sharia will never be a part of the local government, state government, local government, then state government, then federal. And yes, it once was that in 1952 or 1953 that Sharia was banned. Islam was banned in this country. I can't remember the president. I want to say, when did that happen? 1963 or 1983, that they reversed that law that Islam is allowed to be in this country, but they did it sneakily. We didn't hear nothing about it. That's my Chihuahua yapping at my Doberman pit. But so yeah, Islam is progressing, trying to enforce law in the stating that we're not gonna that Sharia is banned in every state. Might prevent it, but I doubt it. It's just gonna forward the progress, forward the ultimate goal much quicker, and that's to go to war with the white Christians, with Christians in general. But they're trying to exterminate the white Christian. I figure within the next 10 years, they're going to be well on their way. Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying they're going to go out banging, and we're going to rise up, and you're not. You won't. There might be a few out there. It's not going to be 3%. That's a joke. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's the truth. We've grown accustomed to a lazy way of life. Americans, and maybe not even that so much as we're accustomed to working for a living, paying our bills, paying taxes to support the illegals coming in now. Yeah, we just became complacent, and we have bills that we have to pay, children we have to raise, houses we want to keep. We don't want to sacrifice everything to go out and fight a war, but it's going to cost you in the end. It's going to cost you America, and you're not going to have this to leave this country, America that we knew, to hand over to your grandchildren, your children. Ain't gonna happen. It's sad to say it, but I haven't been wrong yet, and I've been preaching about this for the last 12 years. Islam. No one listened. No one's listening now. Am I pushing for war? Yeah. I think now is the time to rise up, face the tyrannical government, the Democrat Party, face Islam, square up, and get busy. I mean, we don't have no choice. Jihad. If Linda Sarsour can say that about our president, President Trump, and push jihad, whether it's political or human jihad, jihad's jihad, you know what I mean? It all has the same end goal. Why can't I say it? So yeah, it's time that we start our own jihad. But it ain't gonna happen. So hold on to your seats, pull up them boots, strap on, because it's coming, and you might fight for your family, but it ain't gonna matter. One man isn't gonna do no good. So good luck, people. Do what you need to do, and if you have any questions or anything, leave a comment. If anybody's even going to see this, but leave a comment, and we'll try to figure some stuff out. God bless, and much love. I'm riding with the Christians. I'm gonna be banging one day, I'm sure. But y'all take care now, and remember, we riding with the South this time. All right, people, you take care. Bye bye.